Welcome to Ball na Ball, Kenya football lovers. This is the Kenya Premier League weekly review. Today we are breaking down a match that had absolutely everything. Incredible drama, raw emotion, and one massive refereeing decision that has the entire league talking. Let's dive right in. The final score was Shabana FC 1, Bandari FC 0. Now on paper, that just looks like a close, hard-fought game, right? But that scoreline, man, it doesn't even begin to tell you the real story here. Get this, the entire 90-minute battle with everything on the line for both of these clubs came down to a single, hugely debated moment. And that moment is about to completely shake up the top of the KPL table. But listen, before we get to all that controversy, we really have to set the scene, because this wasn't just any old match. Oh no, there was a massive personal story brewing just under the surface. That's right, Bandari's coach Bernard Mwalala was making his big return to his old stomping grounds, facing the very team, the very fans he was in charge of just a few weeks ago. Can you even imagine the tension? The atmosphere in that stadium was absolutely electric. Alright, now let's get to it. The moment that defined this whole thing. The first half was pretty cagey, a real tactical battle. And then in the 28th minute, everything just exploded. Picture it, a cross gets whipped into the Bandari penalty area. It's chaos, players are everywhere. And then you hear the whistle. A whistle that might have just changed the entire season for both of these teams. And the home crowd, they went absolutely nuts. Here it is, the million-dollar question. The ref points straight to the spot. He's given a penalty against Bandari's defender for a handball. But was it the right call? The reaction was instant and it was furious. The Bandari players just swarmed the referee. Coach Mwalala was livid on the sidelines. And here's the kicker. The replays seem to show they had a point. It really looks like the ball hits Bandari player square in the chest, not his arm. But you know how it is. All the protests in the world weren't going to change his mind. The decision stood. So Shabana, Brian Michira steps up to the spot. Talk about pressure, and he just coolly slots it home. The home supporters, they just erupted with pure joy. I mean, you can hear it right at that moment. I promise you, nobody cared how they got the chance. Their man delivered and they were 1-0 up. So that single goal born out of so much controversy completely changed the game. Now Shabana could just sit back, defend their lead, and force a really frustrated Bandari team to chase the game, which they just couldn't do. For Bandari, this must have been such a bitter pill to swallow. It wasn't just that they lost, it was the way they lost. And to top it all off, it brought their fantastic 4-game unbeaten streak to a screeching halt. Not the homecoming Coach Mwalala wanted, that's for sure. Okay, so let's zoom out for a second. Let's look at the bigger picture. Because this 1-0 result, it's so much more than just 3 points. This game sent massive ripples through the entire title race. I mean, just look at the shift. It's huge. Before this game, Shabana were kind of on the outside looking in. After the win, boom, they've rocketed straight into 3rd place. And for Bandari, it's the opposite story. A massive setback that drops them right in the middle of the table. The numbers right here tell the whole story. Shabana now on 31 points are a genuine threat to the top 2. They are right there breathing down the necks of Kogalo and AFC Leopards. Meanwhile, that dropped in 9th has to be a major blow to Bandari's ambitions. Just to rub a little more salt in the wound for Bandari, this win secured the league double for Shabana. Yep, they beat the Dockers both at home and away this season, and both times by that same painful 1-0 scoreline. This all leads to the one big question on everyone's mind. Is this the moment? Is this the win that proves Shabana FC are the real deal? That they are genuine title contenders? It was a gritty win, yeah, and maybe they had a little bit of luck, but you can't argue with where it's put them. It definitely feels like a huge statement of intent from the Gusii Giants. But I really want to know what you think. Is this the turning point for their season? As always, we would love to hear from you fans. Leave a comment below, let us know your thoughts, and we'll see you in the next one. I am your host, Paul Lashope. Bye.